after his arrival to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, Vice Admiral Brown challenged senior management about the lack of diversity within the agency. During one of the agency's senior leadership meetings, Vice Admiral Brown shared his story of facing discrimination as one of the first African Americans in the Coast Guard. He served in the United States Coast Guard for 40 years and rose to be one of the highest ranking officers. His story broke down barriers in the room, and many of the leaders began to share their stories. Indeed, it was a watershed moment for the cadres of leaders. They left there with the commitment and the charge to improve the diversity of the agency. As a result, the first diversity and inclusion policy statement was drafted and sent to all the employees. As a direct result of Vice Admiral Brown's courage to speak up about the lack of diversity within the agency, diversity and inclusion is now a top priority for NOAA, not just in words, but in deed as well. He has served as a change agent in this regard. He is respected, and when he shared his story, the people have listened. They have been inspired to do something about increasing diversity and making everyone feel they can do their part and be a part of the team. The 2016 recipient for the Distinguished Service Award is Vice Admiral Manson K. Brown.
So good evening. Good evening. You know, I'm a Senate confirmed political appointee, so because the previous recipients didn't use their time, I'm going to take it all. First, I want to congratulate all of the other award recipients. It's certainly an honor to be amongst such a distinguished group. Second, I want to bring honor and greetings from the Obama administration. You know, the president was in town earlier. I'm trying to get him to come. Maybe next year. Maybe Hillary will be here next year.
Yes.
I am a Senate confirmed political appointee, so I can say political things. You know, I would say to first, Dr. Adam, I haven't had the opportunity to meet you, but I'm inspired by your story. I had the honor to follow you for the path that you blazed for us as a pioneer in federal service. And you know, I grew up in inner city Washington, D.C. And for me to have the opportunity to pursue America's dream, rising and become the first African American to achieve 3-star rank in the Coast Guard is really a tribute to you and all of those that came before us. So how about a hand for that? I want to say to our immediate past presidents, thanks for your sustained leadership for this great organization. To our current president, not on my watch, Captain. Thank you for your leadership. To your National Board of Directors, to the few family and friends, it really is truly an honor for me to be with you. This is quite a prestigious honor. I've looked back in the annals of history of this organization, and when I see people like Alan Alda, who was honored with this award, it's just totally humbling for me. I want to commend this organization for 38 years of service. That deserves a You know, you've not only mattered for the federal family, you've mattered for the nation, but clearly there is more work to be done for us to eliminate sex and gender discrimination within the federal workforce, to achieve equity for all of our federal employees, and to remove all of the barriers for upward mobility for our women in the federal family. Know that NOAA stands strong with you. We stand strong with you with what you do with our employees. We stand strong with you with what our employees do for you. And we stand strong with what we do together, not only for the federal workforce, but for the nation. You know, the greatest expression of this value proposition between NOAA and few is really epitomized by your outgoing national president.
Yes.
And I consider her a moral treasure. And I'm so glad that you shared your story about the trials and tribulations as you came into this leadership role 4 years ago. You did what needed to be done. You did what those that came before you expected you to do. And I want to echo the sentiments of my boss, the first American woman to walk in space, our NOAA administrator, Dr. Catherine Sullivan, to thank you for your leadership and thank you for representing our agency with great distinction. How about a hand for Michelle?
Woo!
Finally, I can tell you that I'm excited about this transformation that we're going through with NOAA. You know, I spent 40 years with the Coast Guard, and I've got the scars to prove it, to try to get folks to sustain a focus on opportunities for women and people of color. It took me a half-an-hour conversation with Dr. Sullivan. As the top leader in our organization, she gave this cause that we share voice. And that really started in motion over the last year, all of the excitement that is generated. This transformation started before I got here. It will continue after I go home with the president, but it's really incumbent on organizations like few to keep the momentum going. With Kathy's commitment at the top, there's a lot of top-down pressure to create an organization where our people feel safe, welcome, nurtured, and professionally challenged. Shouldn't we all feel that way in our organizations? But what I need you to do is to create bottom-up pressure. Because, you know, top-down ebb and flows with the political winds and with change in leadership. We're going through a huge transition here real soon. I need that bottom-up pressure to keep the pressure on future leaders to keep this momentum going. You know, it's taken a long time for us to dig the hole that we're in with diversity and inclusion. It's going to take a long time for us to dig out. And so please continue your commitment to the cause. You know, I do want to say something about the city we're in. I know tonight's a night of celebration for us, for these award recipients, for this organization that's committed to the spirit of excellence. But I'm reminded that I'm in Dallas. This is a community in shock. This is a community in grief. You know, I think we collectively have to be part of the healing, not just for this Dallas community, but for this nation. You know, you think about safe, welcoming, nurturing, and professionally challenging. There's really a human connection that comes with that. And as the president spoke at the memorial service, I thought about what President Lincoln said in his first inaugural address. It's times like these when we have to find the better angels of our nature. And so I just ask everyone in this room to reach out to others, to share your compassion, your concern, your support, both within this community and throughout the nation. That's really what we need to do to move forward with all of the problems we face as a nation. Thank you again for the time. Thank you, few. God bless America.